How super cute are these snowmen? I made these all from scratch, just using socks and rice, and of course little beads and little jewels that you can add, but I'm going to show you exactly how I made them, so keep watching. Hi, I'm going to show you today how I make my super cute sock snowmen. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and also that bell notification button so you can be notified every time I have a video. And also hit that like button, and I would also love to hear what you think, so also comment below. So let's get right on in the video. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need for the sock snowmen are, you're going to need a men's crew sock. So this is the part that I use for the actual snowman. You're going to need rice because that is what will be in your snowman. You will need a hot glue gun as well as glue sticks, of course. I have these beads that I use as well, and they turn out super cute. Like, I'll show you the little details and everything that these really add to the snowman. And I believe these are like $1.98 at Walmart, so they're not super expensive. You also need some kind of ribbon. And when I was picking out the ribbon, I was trying to think of something that looks like a scarf or some kind of like sweater material. So that's what I picked on here. And then you'll need some of these little pom-poms. And you can get the kind that are sparkly like these, or you can also get the kind that are more solid. So either way. And then you will need some rubber bands. Tape measure to measure with, and I'll get more details with that in a minute. And then you will also need some like decorative socks, and I've already made a bunch, and so this is what I had left to where I can make a video about it. So this was basically this was basically just a women's sock, like fuzzy sock. And it came, I think, in a pack of 2. And you kind of just judge from, does it look like it could be a scarf or like a sweater or like a hat? And so pretty much any kind of like fuzzy sock you can find around Christmas time, anything like that will work perfect. Like this is black and red. I mean, it doesn't have to be like have Christmas stuff on it, but it would still be really cute on your snowman. So, yeah, so some kind of like fuzzy, like decorative sock that you can use to make like the hats and scarf with, work perfect for that. And let's see, scissors, and then you can also use some kind of yarn if you want to. And for the eyes this year, I used these little crystals. They're like little crystal, like little stickies. They have like a sticky thing or a little thing to them on the back. I used these for the eyes this year. They worked a lot better because last year I used little pins, and not the best thing for kids, or if you have kids that wants a snowman, or if you have someone that's going to be giving a snowman to a child. So these worked a lot better this year, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. You will need a funnel, and we just made this one out of a Coke bottle, so just a little funnel, as well as a 1 cup scoop. And this, my husband put this on here because when I was pouring the rice, it would like go everywhere, so he made this little like paper piece to go on there. And then also just like some kind of cup or like container that's about the size that you can set the sock down into, and I'll get more into that in a minute. So you kind of need a lot, but it's stuff that's not expensive. I mean, like we made this here, like these are like $1 at Walmart. You get a whole pack. So your biggest cost will just be the socks. And I was actually able to find a pretty good deal on these. You can try the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Walmart, and you can find a pretty decent deal on socks. So still, I mean, they're really not that expensive to make, and then the rice is not that much either. So I just buy the off-brand. You can get a pretty big bag for not that much money. Okay, so I believe I have went over everything that you'll need, so I will get right on in how I do, how I make it. Okay, so what I do is I take this part of the sock where you can kind of see like the material or the pattern in it. And what I do, because that's going to be my actual snowman, what I do is I take my measuring tape and I measure from like where it stops, like how you can see how this goes into like a different kind of like pattern. I put my measuring tape here and I measure down 1 inch. Okay, and that's where I'm actually going to make my cut. I'm not going to make my cut right at that line, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so I start here and I just measure 1 inch down, and that's where I'm going to make my cut. So I have my 1 inch measured, and then I just make my cut. Okay, and then we'll put this to the side. Okay, so now this is what I have. I have just this part of the sock, and then I have it cut down 1 inch. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the sock inside out, and then I'm just going to scrunch together that little section that I cut, that little 1 inch section, and that's where I'm going to put my first piece, my first rubber band. So all I do is I scrunch this together, and then I just put my rubber band on there. And again, the sock is turned inside out. Okay, and this is what you should have. So once you have that on, you're gonna turn it back right. And this is what the bottom should look like. So this is actually gonna be the very bottom of your snowman. And the reason why I cut it down 1 inch is because by doing that, you're not actually taking up any of the length from the snowman from this part of the sock, if that makes sense. Because I know I'm gonna go in and tie it with the rubber band. I don't wanna use a lot of this material or this part right here that will actually be the height of my snowman. So that's why I cut it down 1 inch. That way it's not taken away from that. Okay, so then this is what you should have, and this is what the bottom will look like. Okay, so this is where you take your cup or your container, and you're gonna set your sock down inside of there. Okay, and I put exactly 3 cups of rice in each snowman. So, got my measuring cup with my little doodad on it, whatever you call it. Okay, and then now that I have it 1 cup, I'm just going to pour it using my funnel. I just pour it straight in. Okay, and then you can kind of take this off a little bit and just shake it down. Okay, and then we're going to get our 2nd cup. Okay, and now we have our 2nd cup. We just pour it right on in. Okay, and then this part you can kind of go and take it out. That's just more or less for the beginning. And you kind of just scrunch it down. Okay, and then so we have 2 cups in here now. So then we will do our last cup. Okay, so this makes our third cup. You're just going to fill all the way up to the top of the sock. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now that we have our 3 cups in here, we will get our rubber band and just tie off the top. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now you're gonna kind of squish it up until you kind of decide where you want your middle rubber band, which we'll see, you will see will actually start forming our snowman. Okay, and then also this is how I measure some again. I take my measuring and I measure from right down from the bottom of the snowman and up, and to where about the 5 is where I put my head. So if I'm making a lot of these all at one time, I want to make sure they're all exactly the same height, and they're all exactly the same. So about right here is where I will put my 3rd rubber band for the head. So I'm going to kind of mark this right here with my fingers. I'm going to grab my rubber band and I'm just going to wrap it around there. And normally about twice is about all that you need on there. So okay, so now we have the shape of our snowman. So this is where the fun part starts. Now you can actually start decorating your snowman. So this is where you can take your sock, and you can tell I cut off like where your toes go in the sock. You can use that part for a hat, or you can you know, pretty much just do anything. So what I'm gonna do with this is I am going to cut this part here. I have this part cut, and this is what I'm going to use as my little hat. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrunch it together at the top, and I'm going to put a rubber band there. Okay, and so now that I have the top tied off, I will show you how to hide that rubber band in a minute, but for right now I'm going to go ahead and try it on my snowman. So just kind of position it on there where you think it looks cute, and then we will glue that down in a minute. And so you can take some yarn and you can wrap it around the top. That way it hides that rubber band. It just looks like a cute little hat with a little, you know, tied little bow at the top. So that's what I will do here. You might have to do it a couple times to wrap it around where it's enough to hide it. And then we will just make a cute little bow here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my glue gun and glue on the hat. That way the hat part is already done. So I'm just going to take my glue gun and I'm just going to take it and put it all the way around. Okay, so now that I have the cute little hat on, I will go ahead and put on this little sweater. And I'm just gonna kind of decide if I want to fold it over or not. So what I do is I just I take this part and I just slide it on just like you're just getting dressed. I'm just dressing him up. And I'm gonna leave this back on because it kind of looks like a little cute little hood, like a little hoodie. So I leave that on. And sometimes I'll kind of curl up the ends right here just so it looks really cute. Okay, and if you wanted to, you could take this string and do another piece around here and then have like a little matching little bow at the bottom, you know, to match the top. It's up to you. You kind of just play with it and see what you want to do. But I think I'm going to put a cute little button in the front. Okay, so now that we have the snowman's little hoodie on, we will go ahead and glue it all the way around. And what I do is I take the glue gun, I just go right in there and just go all the way around. Alright, so next I'm going to glue on a button, and these are the ones I have to choose from. I just have all different kinds of little glittery buttons. And I believe I'm going to use this button here. It's just a little red little button, and I'm just going to put it right here on the front. So let's go ahead and put that on. Good, and I'll just push that down right in the front. Super cute. Just kind of take your finger and wipe that extra glue away. Okay, so next for the face, I take my little push-on little sticky little jewels I got from Walmart, and I just put the eyes on. And you can glue these down if you want to make sure that they stay. I like to put them a little bit closer together. Okay, and there are the eyes. You can kind of see. Okay, now that I have her eyes on, I am going to do the nose. So this is where my Sharpie comes in. And all I do for the nose is I just make a little bitty, carrot nose. 2 little points, just like that. And that's it, and it's done. It's super cute, right? Yeah, so cute. Yay, super cute little snowman. So there you have it. Super cute, the little hoodie on. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to do. I love making these every year. So please give this video a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to check out my Teespring store. I have some super cute Hannah Southern Creations merchandise on there, as well as some Southern Stay-In t-shirts that I made. So be sure to check that out. The link is below. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.